doors close and dreams go free. Got an angel next to me. Hold me close so I can breathe. Let me go so I can live. Where do we go from here? Take me far away, so we can stop the time, and love will take its place. Where do we go from here? Take me far away, so we can stop the time, and love will take its place. It will be tonight when I turn off the world for you. It will be tonight when I turn up the stars for you. It will be tonight when I turn off the world for you. It will be tonight when I turn up the stars. I turn up the stars for you. Forget your past. I'm here to make it last. Where we're going, we don't need maps. Take a chance with the Wall Street crash. I feel what you feel, that our love is strong. And I hear what you hear, it's our favorite song. And I taste what you taste, it's the sweetest kiss. And I see what you see, and I'm so impressed. Where do we go from here? Take me far away, so we can stop the time, and love will take its place. Where do we go from here? Take me far away, so we can stop the time, and love will take its place. It will be tonight when I turn off the world for you. It will be tonight when I turn up the stars for you. It will be tonight when I turn up the world for you. It will be tonight when I turn up the stars. I turn up the stars for you. It will be tonight when I turn off the world for you. It will be tonight when I turn up the stars for you. It will be tonight when I turn off the world for you. It will be tonight when I turn up the stars. I turn up the stars for you. Turn off the world for you. Turn up the stars for you. Turn off the world for you. It will be tonight when I turn up the stars. I turn up the stars for you.
Hi, this is StandswithBear, your host with Team Light Talks, the news that you choose. Today we have the absolute founder of Team Light with us, Mr. Rion. Very excited to have you here, Ryan.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Good, good. Now, just let some of our viewers know about exactly, what it is you do with Team Light. What is Team Light?
Team Light is a group of light workers, light warriors, healers, transmuters, adjusters, true sentient beings of consciousness which have taken our earth, our home, into their hearts and through their own integrity and actions work with transmuting, adjusting the different levels of reality in this game that people know as life.
Absolutely.
And working in the holographic matrix to make the proper adjustments for our galactic family who also watches this game, and the ability to walk in both worlds and enjoy this one, most importantly.
Which is definitely not easy, kind of balancing the
yeah,
both worlds at the same time.
Definitely.
So
being born and raised in Los Angeles has definitely had specific programs and things I had to break. Living in that material world, living in a very competitive world, my group of friends, everything that you would consider that Los Angeles way of living, which is an amazing take on our holographic matrix, mind you. There's very beneficial things to that. However, it's almost being raised inside of a glass ceiling, and there's a lot of repetition and loops and different mannerisms which truly don't speak to your soul, rather they just speak to this limited format of existence. And waking up out of that was definitely a struggle for me. With the help of my higher selves and obviously my oversoul, having those experiences of actually climbing up my light cord for 8 hours a night, having the experience of actually seeing some of the things in the astral, having the experience and trusting my guides and my higher selves to make those correct decisions for me as I was interacting with them. And then to also understand that through that waking up a period, to understand your choice, your options, what makes you feel good, rather than what might give you power but have a negative connotation, let's just say. To understand that harmony and abundance comes from you being in your center, being happy with not only yourself first and foremost, but that reflection is then reflected through the consciousness and your friends and family that then are around you. To understand that is where your strength is. It took me years to truly understand this.
thank you for that. Thank you for that. I know that wasn't easy. So
Yes.
I think we've all gone through that dark night of the soul,
Yes.
including myself. I know an older brother that OD'd when I was 16, and I pretty much hated drugs ever since. So that's why being in the rock and roll industry as I was for so many years as a lead vocalist, that's why I never partook of any of that. So I think that in a way it was a blessing. So I kind of call it chaos out of beauty. Even though it looked like a chaotic situation, in the end result, look where you've come today.
Right, and I wanted to say one more thing about that. It's from my heart. Having gone through addiction, having gone through friends and family members who have also gone through addiction, to understand that when I was in that thought form, when I was in that programming, when I was in that matrix, the reason why I understand now I was doing drugs, let's just say, was because what I truly sought I did not see before my eyes. The way I truly wanted to be and how I wanted to see the world, I did not see. Okay? So what do? You want to numb yourself from this place. Okay? Whether it be you are on some sort of downer, some sort of Vicodin, Oxycontin, that type of flavor, or you mix that with an upper, whatever upper that might be for you. The issue is that what you're truly trying to do is take control over how you feel within your own understanding of controlling. At least I can't control the outside world, but I can control how I feel in here. And you're using a drug, a shortcut, which everyone knows, anything that you use too much, right, has a negative effect, okay? Except for love and compassion, right?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
So to understand that what you're truly fighting with is inside of you wanting to awaken. I remember me and the drug use I did was I had to slow this down. I had to slow my mind down. My mind was 5 times faster than everything around me. Many kids that have this fake ADD, ADHD, whatever this is, what that truly is, ladies and gentlemen, across planet Earth, your children can bypass this reality and multidimensionally access 3 different codexes simultaneously while you're just on the chalkboard talking to your classroom. They're 3 times faster than the hardware walking around. you want to call that ADD or ADDHD, truly what that is that is a multidimensional being just being who they are. This limited format of consciousness, what we are existing in, is limited in its creation. The issue is that when you put a spark plug, a catalyst, an accelerator inside of this consciousness engine known as our existence here on Earth, to understand that the stronger that current grows, the more everything around that being changes. So to understand that when you put your child into, say, public education, that is a certain speed of evolution education. You are actually accessing a certain bandwidth of reality. If your child coming into this place is already showing signs that they are above the level that they should be at that age group, embrace, understand, and know that not only is your child very gifted, but understand that that child needs specific things. For example, I played 3 sports when I was a child: baseball, basketball, and soccer, internationally known as football, right?
Yeah.
Parents had me in sports year-round. Why? Because this engine, this vessel, needed that constant uptake of interaction. Okay, it's similar to, here's another analogy for you. It's like getting a very athletic dog. I'd say a Jack Russell Terrier, and you're a lazy person. And every day you go home, you go away, you go to work, and you come back, you see your Jack Russell Terrier running around the house going crazy. Why? Because you didn't walk your dog. You didn't take care of your dog, and you don't understand the responsibility of having a vessel, being a responsible parental deal over that type of energy. Hence, what I'm truly getting at is being responsible as a parent is kind of like being responsible as an oversoul. Having a child, having a son, having a daughter, the responsibility of truly understanding and manifesting what that child needs. If you do make that choice, and many of you have, but to understand that their acceleration and growth also depends on their environment. So being amazing parents, which you are, know this, and do not rely on a specific frequency of understanding to raise your child. Okay?
Thank you for that.
Sorry, I just wanted to say that because some people are confused on what that is. No, your child can do 3 times the amount of output you can. That's how evolution works.
Absolutely. Okay. So I have some words that come to mind that I've heard out there that adhere to you. Okay? Adrenaline junkie. Extremist.
Oh no.
Mountain goat.
Oh yeah.
There's many of them out there.
That's funny.
They feel that sometimes you're just crazy tunes because of some of the things that you do.
Yeah.
But I think when it comes to that, I think what representation of that is, you simply, a lot of people talk about not being in fear. I believe that you walk that talk, that you actually, that is not even in existence or an equation for you.
Right.
Would I be correct on that?
Yeah, that you'd be correct. The issue is that when I am in motion, or when I'm hiking or climbing, and I have my music on, or doing an activation or whatnot, there's a lot of things that my vessel is experiencing and reflecting off of. To understand that my belief system inside of my core allows that interaction of my own belief structure to force against the walls of this consciousness. Thus, there is no fear in my sphere.
Nice.
So the deal with that is, well, just like any pro snowboarder, if you launched off a jump and you say you're going to do a 720 with a rodeo flip, as you launch off that jump, you can have no fear. You must know that you're going to land this, because if you don't land this, you're in a whole world of pain, right? So the issue is that's the same thing with any professional athlete. It's the same thing with anyone who also does martial arts or kung fu. It's the same thing anyone who has a lot of focus. Professional NASCAR drivers going 200 miles an hour, they have no room in their consciousness for fear. Before fear equals a lag time, a consequence, a probability, which they don't have time for, because the consequence of that action they don't want to live with, obviously. So in their belief structure, they're always going to make it. So that's how I like to live my life. And don't go too crazy out there. Mind you, I train very hard every single day. A lot of people don't see that stuff behind the scenes. But to understand, yeah, it's a consistency and a growth that will take place inherently inside of you, and to listen to your heart, your integrity, and listen to your body, and what you feel you are comfortable with doing.
You know, sometimes it helps to break it down to the word fear itself, false evidence appearing real.
Yes, very much.
You know, that helps a lot because you put that thought, you know, mindset within you. Okay, so one of the other things is Team Light is quite large.
Very large.
Surprisingly. So
Yes.
I'll name off a few countries and maybe you can fill in the blanks, okay?
Okay.
So far from what I hear, we have Team Light UK, Team Light China,
Scotland.
Team Light Scotland, Team Light Australia,
Yes.
Team Light Brazil,
Yes.
Team Light Estonia,
Argentina, Guatemala, Mexico, Canada. Obviously, all of the states inside the U.S. And we love our homies out in Ohio, New York. Love you guys. New Zealand.
New Zealand.
Very, very gifted beings out there in New Zealand, and it's amazing. It truly is amazing. Japan. It's amazing the amount of interaction, because on the higher levels of our consciousness, we are working together. And to get our vessels up to speed down here on the ground is paramount, especially if we are raising the frequency of the entire sphere, our entire reality, Earth, collectively. And I think that is what we're truly after.
And you know, I always say, like with my clients in my sessions that I do, because I work with the Starborn, that each one of them roars as 10,000 lions. So you have each one of these factions that are all globally. As long as they're doing their job and doing what they're supposed to be, they're sending out that signal.
Yes.
And they're affecting everything in the entire area.
Yes.
So what's fascinating and amazing to me is that you started that. How does that make you feel?
Oh, you know, it started very small, all right, very, very small, and the main testament that got me into that is when I first woke up, my higher self basically said, you know, go onto YouTube, you know, make a video. I think my first video was how to astral project, you know, because I thought I knew how to do that. And after that, it was mainly find your family members. And once I realized that what I was going through internally, no one in my surrounding area at that time was going through 5 years ago. And that there are people out there, brothers and sisters, that have very similar experiences that you need to reach out to and find. So that was the first deal with the UnitedCollective.com and TeamLight.com now, is the interaction. Because like I said, we're a consciousness engine, and you might have some of those missing gears that I'm missing, and vice versa. As a collective, we move that much faster.
You know, I actually experienced that with a client not that long ago. I explained to her, even if we were to just sit here and not say one word to each other, the synapses between us, you would get what you came here for as well as I.
Yes.
Because it's kind of like if you're walking down a bus station or an airport, which you do often because you are the jet setter. How many times have you been walking and another person's walking in a different direction and you just happen to glaze and catch each other's eyes, and all of a sudden you feel that little ping. That was a download. You just got what you needed from that person, and you didn't even interact or meet with each other.
Very much so.
And that's when it comes into the world of energy.
Yes.
That's when it comes up out of that 3D realm, which so many of us, my dad used to call it, everybody lives in the little postage stamp world. And he used to tell me, if things are just really hard on you, you're having a hard time, step off of the planet. Just step off the planet and look back, and your problem doesn't seem so big anymore.
No, it doesn't.
You see what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So I have to ask, if Rion DeRowan had a bucket list of what he wants for Team Light's future, what would it be?
I would want harmony and abundance for all my family members. I would want to create the cities of light which we are destined to create. I want to remind this population and our planet, our brothers and sisters, where we come from. I want to, leave no mystery behind. I want everyone to understand inherently inside of them why they feel the way they do, and the consciousness which we have all been under, to understand that limitation, that programming is a belief system. To understand as you shift consciousness on the planet, many beings have been shifted just by us visiting these places. The interactions with the people, not only of who we are, but what we're doing, and not only that, the beings of this world seeing us working. That is, I can't imagine how that must feel for an Earth Guardian to stare down at our little fractals down here, getting it, and I think it's really cool to be a part of that. And I definitely recommend, starting with your intuition. What does your tum-tum say you should do? Listening to your intuition, then developing your more extrasensory abilities. Maybe turn your throat chakra on. I can hear my higher self. I can hear my inner voice. Okay, then maybe turn your eyes on. Okay, I can see through the veil. I can see auras. I can see energy. Keep at it. The issue is that we're going for full consciousness here. Okay, we're not going for half consciousness. So I think as a goal for planet Earth, and many of my brothers and sisters across planet Earth that feel this inside of their hearts, is burning, us indigos and crystals out there, to understand that as a whole we get this done. And traveling the world and seeing all my brothers and sisters, it really shows you how small this place really is. There are no borders. From space we are seen as one planet, one sphere, Earth. It's amazing. So to understand that all these other little limitations and things are the lower programs which run on the surface. So as we undo those things, make those adjustments, our future is exactly what they have foretold, the golden age. And it's about time we got started with that.
You know, a lot of us, we see you wear many galactic hats, so to speak. Because it's not enough for you to just be jet setting around the country and doing grid working and things like that. But you also make amazing tools as well.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know, like wands. And
Some of the stuff that we developed at galacticwands.com, definitely, it was basically, we used those, we utilized those things. We utilized our bed sets, our grid sets, our energy tools as amplifiers for what we were working on the grid. And definitely, if you're into that type of stuff, or you want to take your Reiki to the next level, I should say, definitely check out stuff like galacticwands.com. Now, as far as the stuff that you're doing, I love, you know, most of my brothers and sisters out there don't know, but my brother StandswithBear is a very gifted DNA activator. So maybe you could spend a little time speaking about what you do and how they can get in contact with you and, you know, get that going.
Oh, you're gonna flip the script. Okay.
Boom, boom, right?
Wow. First and foremost, I play Native American flute professionally. I've been doing that for quite some time, well over 14 years now. Before then, I was a prolific lead vocalist in several rock bands, opening for the likes of Molly Hatchet, the Romantics, Wasp, Black and Blue.
I love Romantics.
White Lion.
Yeah.
You know, various different bands I've been in. We actually opened up for those beats. And I too had my dark night of the soul, just like you, and came up out of where I came up out of. And it started actually at a very early age. You know, you had to go through things you had to go through for quite some time. Well, mine started at a very young age, and it was always more of an inquisitive thing, and it was a driving force. Okay, first of all, I'm a recovered Catholic. Okay, and what I do is, when you say DNA activations, they're not actually DNA activations. It's actually a holographic DNA restructurization, which is completely different. Activations are one thing, to activate the DNA that's already there. This technique that I do literally remaps the entire DNA structure, and it puts you fully into your galactic self. So imagine, if you will, that all karmic debt that you've had in the past is simply erased. Not just that of your lifetime here, but your past lives, but even more so your ancestral lives. Because it's just not fair that we should suffer the transgressions of our ancestors. It keeps us limited and
to the consciousness which created those transgressions.
Exactly.
Yes, very much
exactly. So. And the bottom line is, we need to go through a new paradigm. It's about a new paradigm. Now, I've said this many times in a lot of my featured speaking I do around the country. In fact, I'm going to be on the weekend of the 10th. I'm a special speaker over there at the Emerging Goddess Rising Conference.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Colorado.
Nice.
Which is going to be fabulous. A lot of beautiful women, a lot of amazing gentlemen. They're going to be there as well. And I'm going to do a couple workshops. One of my workshops is called The Holographic Universe, and You Hold the Key.
That sounds impressive.
Yeah, it's going to be
it's
going to be really amazing. And one of the workshops we're going to be doing is be fully interactive. You know, we'll be throwing energy balls at each other. And,
the chi ball.
Right. You know,
chi balls.
As a fellow indigo, you know, we didn't come here for kumbaya. Okay, we came here.
We came here to be ambassadors. Remember this, ambassadors.
Exactly, exactly. So that's one of the things I do. Of course, I do also psychic readings and counseling. More importantly, I do starseed activations. Now, if you think about it, many of us, as we travel through our life and what we're doing, when you come here, you have that little spiritual backpack that the Creator gave you. But the dichotomy of that is, you're not allowed to get into it unless you're worthy to get into it.
Unless your frequency rises
exactly,
to the point where you can access the backpack.
Exactly, because the Creator doesn't want, you know, a bunch of derelicts around going not knowing what to do. So once you raise your vibration to a certain point, those things begin to awaken. So anyway, enough about me. Once again, StandswithBear.com.
Yes.
Got some great deals there, and hope to see you there. Okay. So enough about me.
Okay.
Let me ask you, the last exciting trip that you did,
Yes.
from the time you hit the ground, what happened?
We landed in the UK. We went straight to Stonehenge, worked on Stonehenge. We then left from that location, went to Glastonbury, went to Glastonbury tour. Amazing.
Now you were there at the solstice, right?
I was there on the 19th and 20th. I was actually in Bosnia.
Was it packed like everybody said?
They were expecting 30,000 people, and I was there on the 19th, I believe. The day we landed, the next day they had that crop circle pop up.
Oh, man.
Right near Glastonbury where
Nice.
we were. So
Nice.
that was very cool and unexpected. We went to Glastonbury tour. We then headed back to the airport, back to Sarajevo. Spent summer solstice on top of the Pyramid of the Sun.
That's awesome.
Hung out with Sam, the discoverer of the Bosnian pyramids. Very cool guy. Did the ceremony there. Basically, sent out our love and harmony and abundance for everyone on Earth, and everyone going through their own individual ascensions, and everyone balancing different timelines to kind of speed up the acceleration of everyone working through their stuff. That was very cool. We then flew back through Vienna to UK. ABBEY, check that place out. It's amazing. I've been to ABBEY. It's very cool in the UK. And then headed up to Scotland. Now I went to Edinburgh Castle.
I bet you had
And I was
humor,
having
too.
some fun in Edinburgh Castle. Edinburgh Castle. I'm attracted to some of those places, that a lot of conflict has happened, that I kind of feel like that's kind of my galactic heritage to go in there and kind of get those souls out.
You went to a ROSSLYN chapel too, didn't
Went
you?
to ROSSLYN Chapel, saw where they did the Da Vinci Code.
Oh, that's
Very,
amazing.
very, very cool place, very sacred place, very awesome place, very amazing beings buried at the ROSSLYN Chapel as well.
Mm-hmm.
We then went up to the Isle of Mull, which is very cool. I've never been on the ferries. Drive your car onto the ferry, and you take your car to the next island and you drive across it. It's really cool. And then we actually ended up in Iona, and where heaven meets the earth. It's an amazing island out there in St. Columba. Amazing guy, amazing saint. And he's the one who actually was one that worked with the stone that was later taken by England, right? But that's the stone that every single king that has been throned in the United Kingdom is throned on that stone.
Wow.
So to understand that was returned back to Edinburgh Castle, I believe, in 1996, and I believe when William, the new king, was recently, who shall be king, they brought the stone out and put it there for him to be throned on appropriately. To understand that some of these objects are still real and used in today in this modern age is amazing. And to know about those and understand those and kind of where they come from, it gives you a greater understanding of how this global history has come together. So it was definitely worked on in Sarajevo and some of the negative things that had taken place there in 92 to 95. That was definitely a more recent war that had taken place, and definitely helped in facilitating, aiding, and adjusting that consciousness and timeline there too as well. Namaste family, we're here in Sarajevo in the war tunnel here on the Bosnian side of the conflict. Sarajevo airport is behind, in front of me, and this is some of the different things that happened. Olympic City 1984, surrounded city. The pictures from 1992 1995, that was the main conflict that took place here. Here we have the Serbian forces. Okay, you have the Free Bosnian Territory. Serbian forces, basically they surrounded Sarajevo, okay, where we are right here. Okay, the main thing to understand is that some light workers and light warriors, why we are here. Throughout different timelines, when things need to be adjusted, to understand that some of the frequencies of those situations or conflicts that take place, energetically, even though that war is 20 years ago, energetically that conflict can still be felt within the populations and the people in the surrounding areas. Whether that be stuff from World War II, Vietnam, any major conflict, even the stuff that's going on overseas right now in Iraq and Afghanistan. So to understand that as the light workers and light warriors, we have the ability to come in and aid in transmuting and guiding and adjusting some of these locations, mainly to do our part, obviously, to share the light and spread the love and spread, help harmonize the field. But truly what it is that to have the ability to be able to step into a space and actually energetically feel consciously what has happened here. When I walk into a place like this, or many of the places we visited, and you will see, obviously through different videos, there's many things that take place as far as seeing the memories of what happened, seeing some of the things that took place, seeing some of the things and understanding, you know, mostly the emotional stress and drama that it creates, the conflict inside the consciousness. We are inside of a consciousness engine, and to understand that each of these conflicts on Earth need to be stabilized and harmonized for the whole to raise its frequency as a whole. So some of us have that job to go into some of these locations and to facilitate that job. And if you are one of those beings, very powerful light workers, healers, light warriors out there that have that task, to understand that that task is very important, and that here on Team Light we definitely aid in facilitating that. Thank you.
So I have a tough question for you.
Yes.
And it's going to be a tough question for you.
Okay.
Okay. So out of all the experiences and places that you've gone to do the work, what is definitively the most powerful that was just like, man, I love this job?
Oh, that's a difficult question.
Told you would be.
That's I would have to say my favorite place would probably still be Egypt, Valley of the Kings. I had many friends and family members that I remember that were down there. That was very important to me. But like I said, I don't know if that's the most favorite, but I definitely felt the power of that place. Egypt is special unto itself, and everyone knows that. If you visit Egypt, you feel it instantly. It's a very important, powerful place. I look forward, however, to some new places, and maybe we can have that same question later. But as of right now, I think Egypt's still top 2. I don't know, but we'll figure it out. You know what? I like Mont Saint-Michel in France.
Yes.
That's what I like. I like Archangel Michael, Michel, whatever version you would like. His country cottage over there in Mont Saint-Michel in France. I do have to say that was also one of my favorite places. That place is very special to me, and the doorway to heaven is still activated there. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Ryan, it's been an absolute pleasure talking with you.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that, bro.
And I know there's going to be more. I guess this weekend you're going to have Team Light.
Team Light live this Sunday, yes. And a lot of the videos, please bear with me in patience. We still have the full feature film of India, the full feature film of France, and the full feature film of UK, Bosnia, and Scotland on its way. So please bear with us as we edit all of this content. It's amazing. We think you're going to really enjoy it. So
Excellent.
Thank you. Well, thank you for having me here on Team Light Talks. I appreciate it.
You're so welcome. Now, go and let the audience know, you know, how can they get a hold of you, Team Light?
Right, teamlight.com. There's a contact bar there, same as unitethecollective.com. There's many great links to different videos on light workers on planet Earth. Definitely check that out. If you guys need content, or you're waking up and you want to kind of streamline all the stuff on the planet, we've done that for you. If you go to unitethecollective.com, you can see some very gifted light workers in their YouTube channels and the content they'd like to share. Same with teamlight.com. And to know that we're all in this together, so the faster we can all adjust and raise our frequencies, the faster the planet goes. So that's the main thing. We're here to accelerate this golden age for everyone.
Yes, yes. And how would one become a member of Team Light? Do they need a super decoder ring?
No, everyone is a member of Team Light as long as you, you're a light being that basically wants to aid in harmonizing, adjusting, and manifesting abundance for your fellow man and woman, child. And to understand that through those adjustments and transmutations and forgiveness and appreciation, to understand that we are all in this together and there is no separation. Rather, it is our journey to see that oneness in our collective and then become that once again.
You know, Ryan, on behalf of myself, and I'm quite sure many other Starborn out there, thank you.
Oh, I appreciate it, bro.
Thank you for what you're doing. I think when we come up here into this place, that you are doing exactly what you were trained to do out there when you came here.
Yes.
And I think many more need to wake up and recognize that as well.
Yes, many of my brothers and sisters upstairs, especially on ship, and some of you guys in the higher dimensions, and we have interactions with, and we share dream time with, to understand that the goal is to have that maximum efficiency down here in 3D. So to understand that you are very loved, all of you, and we've got work to do. So let's get to it. All right.
So once again, this is your host, Stands with Bear. It's been an honor bringing Mr. Rion DeRowan onto Team Light Talks. Now, don't forget, you can reach my website at StandswithBear.com, and there will be more to come with Team Light Talks. So, have a fabulous day, and remember, keep shining. It's what you do best.
Blessings.